Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the AM podcast. I am here with my co-host, MOCHA. Say good morning to the peeps, my man.
What's going on? Good morning. Happy Arc Raiders weekend.
Hey, yes, big weekend for Arc Raiders, man. Very, very excited for all you guys to finally check out the title. Well, most of you guys, if you got in. Arc Raiders has been going crazy right now, and this is a Arc Raiders dedicated show. MOCHA, let the folks know what we're getting into. But before we do, guys, make sure you like the video. Also check out the links down in the description below. Follow us on X, which is Twitter, and check us out on Spotify and our YouTube channels. You know, everything again is down below, all the links. So please check us out, and thank you guys for the continued support. But MOCHA, let the folks know what we're getting into today, sir.
So we're going to be talking about Arc Raiders. I'm not going to spoil all of what we're talking about, but we are going to give our impressions on the second technical test. We were in the first one, and I just think it's kind of funny to see everybody now come on board and be like, oh, you guys were right. This is the game. Oh. Yeah.
We should be paying attention to this. You weren't talking out your ass.
Speaking of paying, we should have got paid for what we've been saying. Damn, man.
Hey, stepping stones. We're working. We're working.
Right. Let me take a step back. Yeah, so we're going to talk about the second technical test. We're going to talk about the little controversies, and I think everybody knows what we're talking about. So we're going to address that as well, and then we'll just flow and have a good time. So
Yep. Sounds good, my man.
Just let me know right now. Let's just get right into it. How did you feel? Obviously you played the first tech test, so we knew what we played the first time. Coming around, there were a decent amount of changes that came in the second one. How'd you feel?
So this technical test 2, technically, this put us in a broader test pool now. So we now have console. We have cross, I believe it's cross-platform interconnectivity too. I believe that was a part of this test here. So this was them actually testing the bandwidth that they have overall against every platform. So this was a very important test here. I honestly, myself personally, didn't notice too much of a change from the first one to here. It literally, I feel that this one literally is what they're saying it is, a technical test to test the platform connectivity and seeing how things are going on the back end. So from what you and I played, hasn't actually drastically changed much, in my opinion. Hasn't changed much. But again, that's not a bad thing, guys. Welcome to Arc Raiders. Fucking phenomenal title. I still got the goosebumps that I first had playing it. The excitement, the adventure, the actually giving a fuck about the game and the gameplay loop itself. So many things that they do correct here with this title. It's hard to even nitpick at anything for this game because honestly, it went from just dormant and damn near being forgotten about to like now being some gamers considering it almost game of the year.
I never forgot.
Listen, I know me and you never forgot.
I got that shit circled on the calendar, bro.
Hey, listen, man. The people at home, finally, you guys got to get to take a taste of what we have played. And this, man, I still, this is so weird to say. Well, it may not be weird, but maybe you guys could relate with me. But I don't even want to play anymore because I just want the full game. So I don't have to stop playing. And I could fully dive in and just keep going and keep playing and keep progressing and keep building. Like that's how badly I want this game. You know what I mean? So the technical test here is going off without a hitch. I haven't seen any crazy problems. I have heard players talk about disconnects here and there, but outside of that, shit. We're going better than Marathon. Shit.
Right. This game's a sprint.
Yeah, right.
No, but I completely agree. I think we picked up exactly where we left off when we were playing. The last time the tech test ended, where there was like a drought that I was like, shit. Like, what am I gonna play now?
Right.
And then we hopped right back in this weekend, and it's like, bro, like we picked up exactly where we left off.
Yep.
Back in a raid.
Yep.
We were right back, just ready to go, scavenging, looking for everything. Man, They did give us a little bit more this time around. So messing with like the skill tree, that's really interesting.
Was that something that we didn't? I remember the skill tree a little bit.
Yeah, but it was more. It's more advanced and like fleshed out.
Oh, it was more fleshed out because I remember it slightly, like vaguely.
So we. Like the first time we played the tech test, it was very, I'm not going to call it bare bones because it wasn't, but we didn't have access to a lot of features. So we just played like the core gameplay mechanics. And now like we had the traders, we had stuff like that. But now we're really able to like dive in and man, like with everything going on now, ain't no way. There's just no way. There's just no way. We're talking about upgraders and you're yawning. Like there's just no way.
listen, bro. Listen.
There's just no way, bro.
Listen.
Like, what are we doing? Like,
I'm a yawning baby.
No, save that for the marathon episodes. Damn.
Yo, that's real shit. That's real. Real.
Anywho, yeah, no, but I just want to give them props, man. The one thing that I fell in love with was just the sound design. I don't know how. I would love to be a fly on that wall for that development studio on how they got the sound design. I don't even want to call it perfection, but it's damn near close. Like you're in a desolate desert stomping around and the nearest building to you, the steps are echoing off the building and bouncing back that it's making you trip out that there's more people in the game. Like it's so good. You're looting stuff. You can hear people looting the floor below you. You could hear them breaching things. It's just the way that the sound travels in the game. It's stellar. They did such a good job and it just adds to the ambiance of the game because if you're playing a game like that, besides gunplay mechanics, which they do have down pat, the sound design has to match it. And they, listen, I know the sound design of the finals had to have been tough to do because of the amount of destruction in that game, but you know they're onto something if they have it just as good on this game. Like it just blows me away.
I have to follow up there and totally agree with you. The sound design within Arc Raiders is just something that is just truly remarkable. Like every sound matters. Everything means something. Everything leaves a clue as to what's happening in the space around you. It's really amazing. And it's not too many times that like gamers in general, even stepping outside of you and I, that gamers talk about sound design. And it's actually something that's very important to me. Like I love music, I love sound, I love audio. Like and just to see Arc Raiders get highlighted in such a manner just for the audio alone is just something that's so crazy to me. Because honestly, I heard gamers talk about sound design and audio things in other games, and I'm just like, yeah, whatever. Because it doesn't really have an effect. Like I play these games they're talking about, and I'm like, and I'm an audio guy, and I'm just like, okay, like performs as it should, okay. But when you have something like a true marriage of audio and gameplay come together, and it merges,
it's a beautiful thing.
This is the experience where audio and you hear it and you're like, oh. Now this matters. Now this audio matters. And within Arc Raiders, the audio's top tier and it fucking matters in every way. So kudos to Embark Studio. I don't know these group of beings that come together in this group that is making these hit games, but these guys, like honestly, they're like fucking Rockefeller Records in its prime.
Honestly,
like real shit. Like these guys are the team to beat.
I'm comparing them to Kanye right now. So they're about to have 6 back-to-back albums that are all great. Let me find out. So we got finals.
Old Kanye, not the new.
You got 4 more coming up. I think they're all going to be hits. Like you sold me. I'm there.
Honestly, I'm a Embark Studio fan for real.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, you don't have studios today that you could rely on and lean on like that and bet the house on. Like, Embark Studios is the new Naughty Dog, like the new Naughty Dog with pushing hits. Like they're actually out here doing some Rolls Royce ass shit, in my opinion. And man, they're the ones to watch all the way. They're talking innovation, they're talking new, they're talking our language as a gaming community, and Embark is leading that charge. And would it be safe to say that they're AA? Or would you say they're triple?
I would still consider them indie. I don't think they have enough under their belt. I can't consider them like AA or AAA. Like I don't know. I think they need to really Do they have two great games right now that everyone knows? Yeah. I do think they need to have a couple more years under their belt to really solidify themselves as a studio. Are they a great studio? 100%. I don't want to jump the gun. You know what I mean?
Okay. See, and the reason how come I simply say double A is just the quality of what they're producing. They're really rivaling AAA. In some regards, exceed them. So it's like it's kind of hard to say, like as you guys are hearing MOCHA say, to reference them as a double A or a AAA studio. But even though they're producing things on the level of a AAA, double A studio. Yeah. So okay, that's fair
and personally, I don't know who the developers are, like personally,
right?
But if I had to imagine, they have to be gamers. Like they have to be like people that are previous gamers, because the way that they are developing these games, like they know what we want.
Yeah. They get it. They get it. They understand. Somebody understands.
Right. They understand because they're sitting in there and they're like, no, like they don't want this. Like, no.
Right.
This. They're going to go crazy for this.
Right.
And we are going crazy for it.
And Arc Raiders is just Arc Raiders in the finals for some gamers. It's just is people's dreams, like, and they're making it happen. And like you said, though, they have somebody on that team, if not everybody, has a real connected soul to gaming and fun. They understand fun factor.
Yep.
And they're keeping it intact, because I feel a lot of studios today don't fucking understand it at all. They have such a corporate overhang over their head that it's just like the fun doesn't translate. Like it's like monetary first. It's everything's monetary first.
Everything.
Everything's dollar first. And you could feel within the finals. You could feel within Arc Raiders. It's fun first.
Yep.
It's not dollar first. And look at how the two principles contrast. Like when you have a game with soul versus a game with non-soul. Yeah. Like they just perform day and night. And look at Arc Raiders just fucking flourishing as it should be.
Yeah. But I think they got it down pat. Just going back to the tech test too, even for the way that everything runs on the tech test. So either you can hop in to either one of the three locations that also have night raids on them, and you can hop in and you could be one of the early ones in there starting at 30 minutes, or you could hop in late that people have already been on the map doing their thing and you're going in at 20 minutes or any other time frame. I do like how they presented that form of gameplay, because it allows, there's a real risk reward with Arc Raiders that I think is a better risk reward than Tarkov. And I know there's a red laser on my head somewhere right now, and I'm okay with it. I'm gonna dodge a bullet. I'm gonna stand on business. I said what I said. Right. Wish death upon me. I don't know if I can take 9, but you know, I'll try to take 1. Listen, there's a better risk reward for Arc Raiders versus Tarkov. 1, because of the shield mechanic that you have on your player, but 2, there is a risk reward. If you just want to go in and loot buildings and leave, you're not going to get the best possible outcome. You could do it a couple times. You can get some decent loot. And you can start to build up your bag and really get back in there. But that risk of wanting to fight a 3-man player group that you know it's going to be a PvP war, there's a big risk for that, because it's like you guys all need to be on the same page with your group. Like,
right, that's facts.
I'm a solo roamer. I'm like, there's 3 guys, and I let my boys know. They're like, all right, we'll be there. Don't worry. And I'm like, I'm popping shots. Like, get here.
Right.
I'll have one down. I'll go down, and then they'll finish me. And I'm like,
MOCHA would set it off. Yeah, he sets it off.
But like, bro, like I'm there for the drama. Like,
yeah. No. I'm definitely there for the drama too, as well. That's one thing with Arc Raiders, man. It's as exciting as it is to loot as it is to fight. And it's just like, bro, it's welcoming either way to me. Like, I love it. Like, we if we're just nobody's around and we're chilling, all right, let's loot the fuck out. But if I hear shots, oh, that's it. It's like, all right, we got to head over there.
I'm running.
And it is a big risk reward, because you could get stomped on and you're just assed out, and it's like, damn, we lost our shit. Or you could be like, yo, this dude had a fucking purple tier weapon on him. He had the fucking what is that? What is it? The Wombat or what's that SMG? I don't know if you know the names of the weapons yet.
Purple SMG. I know the kettle.
I know the kettle. I know the.
Off the top of my head, it's gonna be kind of
the kettle.
Yeah, I know the kettle.
I know the kettle. But no,
of
you're
course,
right.
I'm naming the
You're
worst gun that I hate, but I guess that's why I remember.
No, the kettle's actually all right if you upgrade it to semi-automatic, but it's terrible against arc raiders. Terrible. But PvP, like if you hit a person, it does okay. But yeah, no, the game overall is just so phenomenal and something that is really just remarkable in so many ways. I'm just happy that the game is shining and getting its just due. A lot of gamers don't want the beta test to end. They don't want the technical test to end. Excuse me, I said beta test, but technical test to end.
Potato.
Yeah. I don't want it to end neither because honestly, bro, GTA ain't dropping. You know, so like listen, give us something to smile about for right now. But yeah.
I'm gonna have grays by the time GTA drops, bro.
No, that's real shit. I beat you there, but
a little bit. But no, but besides that, man, I think they've done such a good job with the entire tech test. Even after you die, every single time they're asking for your feedback. Like they genuinely care. Like they care. They want to make the changes. They want to make the proper improvements on the game. And then I do want to quote Fry. I think he did a great analysis of something, and I really hope this does happen. He said it'd be great if during Summer Games Fest they do a drop of the game, so they kind of just drop the trailer, and then they're like, "Hey guys, you can play it right now." Like I'll turn Summer Games Fest off.
Yeah. Oh, bro, that happens. Oh, that happens. I'm going straight for the wallet.
I don't care what the price tag is. I'm getting the deluxe edition. Like.
Bro,
charge me whatever. I'm there.
Yeah, no, totally. If they said that the game dropped tomorrow, bro, and the price was $80, I'm there. Like swipe.
And I think they're also looking at Marathon and they're looking at the reception of Marathon. So I think they're 100% gonna tactically plan this launch to the point where it's just gonna really mess with Bungie, really mess with them, like. If they Bungie already, that's the part that's crazy to me, that you could put a release date on a game that doesn't even look fully fleshed out yet. Like, yeah, September, and then I have Arc Raiders with no release date, and I'm saying that could drop today. Like, make it make sense. There's such a disconnect there, because I'm like, man, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
but I digress.
And mind you, we're dealing with two different budgets.
Right, we're dealing with an actual freaking AAA.
Yeah. We have an indie versus an actual AAA, and the other one's dunking, just dunking.
Bro, the score's 90-10. Like, bro, what are we doing? Like, where's the white flag mercy rule? Like, get him out.
Arc Raiders is dragging Marathon right now, and my thing is this: it's just like. Bro, I was on X and I was just letting the folks know, like I was just responding to some of the peers in the space, like, hey, Marathon has an uphill battle. It's going to be a fucking challenge to stay relevant against Arc Raiders. It's just going to be very, very hard. Can Bungie come back and do something? Yeah, but in Bungie fashion, it can't take a year and a day. You got to be up on these guys of like fucking yesterday. Like now, ASAP. In every iteration or whatever Arc Raiders does, I see the game seemingly getting better with each turn of the corner. And there's very little. I don't even want to say there's little to fix, because on the technical end, they might be like, "Hey, no, we have a lot to do." But from the surface level, it doesn't look like they have to alter much. Like, they just have to expand upon the content.
Well, I mean, they got
and that's the good part. That's the fun part.
They got the two things down pat, which is the gun mechanics, gunplay, the feel of the game, and the audio design. Those are always my biggest. Like,
that's fundamental. They got the fundamental.
They got the fundamental foundation down. So everything else is just little tweaks here and there. But like, that's solidified. Like, they have it. It's working. It's fun. It's great. And that's always my pet peeve jumping into a game, because if those things off the bat are messed up, you don't have a game.
Yeah, exactly.
If audio design is messed up, if the gunplay mechanics are messed up, I can't guarantee they're going to be able to fix that by launch.
Yeah, that's very true. Very true. Though the one negative that I will say here about Arc Raiders that I personally found as a streamer is that it doesn't run the best as you stream. Now, when I'm off stream, I'm getting like 200 frames. Right? But when I'm on stream, man, 30,
it's time
40.
To get that. It's time to get that 50.
I don't even think it has anything to do with that, because when I turn off the stream, I'm up. Like, I'm like, oh shit, yeah, this is what I'm talking about. But when I'm on stream, boom, Like, I don't know what it is. Optimization on that level, something needs to be done. But outside of that, if you're just normally playing the game just on your own, not streaming or whatever the case is, and on a single PC setup, bro, it's amazing. It's fucking amazing.
My only gripe, there are a couple instances that the movement feels a little janky with like the vaulting mechanics and things like that.
I feel you. I do agree with that. I do agree with that. Now that you said that,
yeah. There's a couple times it's extremely smooth, and there's a couple other times where I don't know what happens. It just seems a little janky. Like the movement I'm not vaulting properly, or like I'm not landing the fall properly, or something that it just kind of messes with the gameplay just a little bit. But those are the minor tweaks that they can fix. It's not a big deal.
I agree with you, Mo. I totally agree.
It's not a big deal to me. But I guess one of the biggest controversies that came out was, hey, it's a third-person tactical shooter. And I think right off the bat, me and you and everybody that has a brain loved it because it felt right. Right?
Real shit.
Like it felt right because it felt like the game was developed as a third-person shooter, not as anything else.
Yes.
So the game looks beautiful. Totally. You can enjoy the landscape. You can do your little look around the wall, switch shoulders. It makes sense. But then we have a streamer, popular streamer, one of the biggest FPS shooters in the world, come out and say, hey, Arc Raiders is fun. I enjoyed the third-person experience, but I got skill issued because I was behind a car and the guy was quick peeking me and all that stuff. We should make it first-person. And it caused like an eruption between the community because you have the people that are diehard third-person shooters that have been dying to get their own third-person tactical shooter game that doesn't have the option to go back and forth between both.
Right.
Like, just give us
our
solo.
It picked the lane. It made a decision.
Exactly. And then now you have this guy who I think people underestimate how much developers maybe value his opinion.
Yes, they do.
People are going to look to him. That's why he got the key. That's why he got the sponsorship. That's why they look to him. Like, let's be real. That's what Shroud is. Like, he is the man for first-person shooters. He is the CSGO. He is the PUBG.
Right.
That's why PUBG probably got their first person, right?
Right.
He probably had some kind of influence on it.
I would definitely say so. Yeah, sure.
He came out and said, hey, I think this game would really benefit from a first-person standpoint, first-person point of view, and I'm going to let you do your thing because you are a third-person tactical shooter head. How did you feel when you saw that video instantly? Like, did it really strike you here?
Definitely hit me in the feels for sure. I definitely feel like Shroud was incorrect there, like 110%. He was totally incorrect. The third-person shooter in this instance of Arc Raiders was specialized for this game. Specialized. Data went into this. Hard thought-out decisions in production went into this. They didn't choose first person for a reason. They put thought and effort into what they're developing here. So to totally say, now make it a hybrid experience, no, fuck off. Like, I'm not fucking with that. That is completely wrong. Let Embark Studios stick to their vision of what they have thought out for Arc Raiders as a third-person experience and let us fucking thrive here. I feel as though a lot of gamers... I feel a lot of devs get torn apart between like just trying to be the everything type of game. No, guys, you actually find more success niching down and doubling down in a vision, going left or right, in opposed to being the hybrid and being the jack of all trades, because Jack never masters any. Okay, so in this instance for Arc Raiders, it's super beneficial for, number one, Embark Studios, and number two, the community, for us to double down in the third-person experience. Going anything outside of first-person for Arc Raiders would be a major fucking fail in every way, shape, and form, because if they double down on the vision, people go behind that title and they look for a experience that only XYZ developers could develop, and that's here is Arc Raiders all the way through. So Shroud, respect him on many levels because he's a great gamer and shit like that, but in this space you could fuck off. Like, third person, leave that to us. Leave that to us and let us have something. I feel like there's no room for Arc Raiders in first person at all. Now, would they probably do it in the future? Who knows? But as of right now, man, listen, leave that fucking game alone. The game is great. It's magnificent. And it's something us third-person people, shout out to my Division heads out there. Shout out to the Ghost Recon folks. Shout out to my Gears of War people. Shout out to my SOCOM people. Those people know. They know in their hearts what we are playing is fundamentally sound and fundamentally correct. We fuck with third-person shooter, and there's no room for first-person in Arc Raiders at the current moment at all. That's it. Yo, how do you feel though? About that when you first seen it? Like, what was your raw thoughts, Mo? Like, how did you feel?
I think it didn't strike me as hard. I know what I thought.
Go ahead, bro.
I thought this is that day and age. It's people taking a small portion of context out of context. So I think he played the game. He had an unfortunate situation where it's not a skill issue. Might be a skill issue. Just because he doesn't play a lot of third-person tactical shooters, right?
Right, right.
The guy was behind the car. He is using his third-person view to look at him. Shroud didn't have a lot of cover versus the guy sitting behind the car. He kept head bobbing. Pop, pop, pop. I think out of frustration from what he played in that one shootout, he made a very innocent remark in the fact that he was like, bro, you know how would this would never happen if it was first person. And then he made his comments and he's like, you know what? They should have a first person mode. And I think with him saying that, somebody clipped it, posted it, and said, Shroud wants this game first person. And I think it caused the divide because I think with anything, you have to give it time. He said this, and I think the second day that he played, maybe the first day, I don't know when exactly it was, but he said it very early on. If you watch him now, he's ecstatic and he loves the game.
Oh, yeah. Game of the year. Game of the year to him.
Game of the year. Arc Raiders is amazing. The whole sentiment changed on the game. So I think we just caught him at a point where he was frustrated over a situation that happened within the game. And it happens. If I got skill issued in the game, would I ask for first person? No. But he's a first person shooter. So of course he's going to be like, come see me in CSGO, bro. Like,
right. By nature, that's what he knows. Nature.
But I think media took him out of context, posted it, put a narrative around it, and then he just got caught in the crosshairs for saying something that was very innocent from him. Because I respect the shit out of Shroud, man.
Oh yeah. It's bro. I one of the best gamers on earth. Shroud is the LeBron of gaming. In that sense, he's very all around, well-rounded. Guys, you think we know him for first-person shooters? Give Shroud any game. Any game. RPG. Watch how he plays it. Dude's masterful.
I saw him play.
He's amazing.
I saw him play Helldivers. I saw him play
different
games. I saw him play Soul-like games.
Bro, he's amazing. Just talented.
Great.
He's LeBronin. Legit.
He really is. He's just
all around
core gamer.
Yeah, all around core.
And I think, like I said, the issue is that the media just took it out of context and just posted it. And it just kind of just the same way that people are doing that stupid argument. Can one gorilla fight 100 people?
Oh yeah, where did that pop up from? That was crazy. I seen that crazy. I like the way that they were going on with it. I'm like, where's this video at? Did this really happen? But it was just a question.
Mr. Beast drop 100 people in a tank.
Right. Like I'm like, where is this spawning from? Like where is all this happening?
People all had a debate and a narrative around it, and then TikTok videos showed up, and people were like dissecting it, and like you got people that are like doing History Channel, like, well, a gorilla can bench 6,000 pounds. He'll destroy everyone. I'm like,
50 Cent come out, gorilla unit, June. Like, damn, it sparks for everybody to come out.
Right, he's dressed in bathing apes.
Right. He's dressed in bathing ape. I'm done. I am done.
But it's the day and age we live in, man. Like,
it's literally that simple.
That's like controversial or interesting, and then there's a whole thread. So I think he just got caught in the crosshairs. Do I think he's wrong for what he said? Yeah, just shut up.
And that fact that just play the game because look, time went by and he's saying a lot of things that he really like. Listen. You got to give something time. And again, by nature, it's in Shroud to lean towards first. It is what it is by nature. But in the context of what I was saying about what he was saying is that a lot of devs would actually hop on that feedback.
Right.
and get in a huddle and be like, we need to make major changes to the game. Look what Shroud said.
Right.
You should.
But that's why I'm happy there was a lot of other content creators that didn't say that. Right.
Right. Oh yeah, I appreciate
Shroud,
that. I definitely appreciate that.
So you had Shroud say, "Hey, I would love to see it in first person." Then you had the narrative of everybody else saying, "Shroud, you're tripping." Like, this game is amazing for what it is. This game was built, like you said, on the foundation of a third-person tactical shooter.
Right.
It doesn't need anything.
Right.
We don't need that other mode. Because now, the issue is, would they be able to do it? We're not discrediting Embark at all. They would do it, and it would be flawless. They can come out with a first person of Arc Raiders, and it would be just as amazing as the third person. We're just saying it's not needed. Don't waste the resources. Don't waste the material. Don't waste the man hours.
Yeah. I totally agree.
You guys don't need it. Like,
I totally
don't put extra funding in something that's already gold.
Right.
You have Bitcoin, and we all want it. So,
good analogy. Great analogy. You got Bitcoin, and we all want it.
Right.
Just let it rock.
Michael
let it rock.
Let's do it.
Just let it rock. Let's just buy it up and let things be merry. Like, we don't need X coin now and this.
Right.
No. We have Bitcoin. Let's start there and branch out. But yeah, well said, Mocha. Well said. And now I'll say this though: could Arc Raiders do first person? Yeah, but in particularly probably could. But the thing is this though: a lot of gamers don't understand this. Fundamentally, you have to recalibrate how the game is played. Angles, peak advantage, this, that, and the third. When you build a game and design a game to be third person, you have no clue how much thought goes into these decisions. If you have a studio that has built something from a third person perspective, from the ground up, it takes immense time to nail the feel and engage distance and different things to make it feel good. And they put in that time with the third person perspective. Now, just to slap first person in there and just be like, now we got first. It doesn't flow the same. Hence why you see when Call of Duty does third person, it never quite feels refined.
Right,
it doesn't feel, it feels like it was tacked on. It feels just not like a genuine experience. It feels like an afterthought.
Yeah.
Arc Raiders doesn't feel like an afterthought. It feels like it was thought out and the game plays well because of it. So, let's lean into the third and stay third.
I think we have two instances of studios doing it correct and studios doing it wrong. So the wrong would be Call of Duty, right? So they came out with the third person just to try to grab that gaming community and bring them over. And was it good? Was it bad? I'm indifferent. Did I enjoy it for what it was?
It was mid.
Yeah, it was mid.
Okay.
It
was just mid.
It
wasn't terrible and it wasn't blowing me away. It was just existed.
Yeah. And then we saw what happened. They ended up removing it.
Yep.
And then we have the instances of a development studio doing it right, which is PUBG. PUBG started off as a third person.
Yes,
And then it made the transition to offer, hey, not just third person, but we're also going to do first person. And now when I boot up PUBG, because I do still play the game and I will die on that hill, I do very much enjoy PUBG gameplay mechanics and shooting. I think it's a great battle royale for what it is, but that's another story for another day. But first person is what I boot up. I think I think they did a great job with the advancements of first person in PUBG that it's a very great all around experience. But if you want to do third or first, you're not losing out on value on either one there.
Because they executed it well.
Correct. Both of them are still held to a very high standard because they took the time. First person didn't come out for PUBG for a while. They took the time, they developed it, they made sure it was correct, then they came out with it. And it was great. So can Arc Raiders do it? 100%. Are we asking them to do it? There's only one person that did it. Ignore that man.
I like that. Yeah. There's only one person that asked for it.
Everyone else is happy.
Yeah. Everybody else is in agreement. Like, listen, in what's the other title that Sony did? What's the joint that they did?
I mean, you can the third person more specific.
Joint. The third person space joint. Helldivers.
Oh.
Remarkable third person shooter. Remarkable. And listen, honestly, I did not see not one person ask for that to be in first after playing. Okay. I played it. Fucking remarkable experience. And honestly, if it went first, I would really just disengage because that game is a masterpiece at a third person perspective. Amazing. So yeah, it's just some titles. When you go third and you commit and you have a dev team that actually puts their heart and soul into that perspective, bro, it shows. It shows in the product. It just shows and just shines.
It also shows how disconnected some studios are. And we'll end with this, but you saw Overwatch did it. So Overwatch felt the pressure of Marvel Rivals being a third person hero shooter, being the fact that you could see the skins, it's third person, it looks good. So they did their own spin and they came out with Stadium on Overwatch, which is a third person Overwatch. And it doesn't feel the same. The hit scan on Soldier and stuff like that does not feel the same.
Wow.
It feels off because why? Because you're just trying to keep up with the Joneses. Marvel Rivals is doing it right. They have all of your hero shooter player base. You just have your hardcore fans that still play Overwatch, but they took a lot because they took the time and they made it a third person hero shooter. Do you need to be that? No, stay in your lane.
Not at all.
Be your first person hero shooter and just come out with quality content.
Wow.
And you'll have the people come. But now you're trying to reinvent the wheel and try to keep up with a game that's already outdoing you, and you're missing the mark. And
I honest to God, did not know that they tried that. That's actually very interesting. Like, shows you how out of touch I am with Overwatch. And not even that Overwatch is a bad game.
Missing much.
But yeah, exactly. From what Mocha just said right now, guys, we're not missing anything. But look what happens. Like, do you even need to let's be real? Do you ever need to go down the Overwatch route? Like, do you need to keep up with the Joneses? I feel no. If you have, when have you ever seen McDonald's trying to be Burger King? Like when have you ever seen that? Not ever. So it's like that in itself. You come out and build a brand and build a product that knows what it is and knows what it wants to be. You don't have to look over the
100%.
fence. You don't have to look at anybody else because you know your destiny. You know what you do well. You know your product. Like, again, we don't see McDonald's trying to be Burger King.
Right. They have the Big Mac. They have the Whopper.
Exactly. Now, Burger King has gone to add tacos and chicken to their menu.
Those chicken things are disgusting.
Oh, bro. Don't get me on started on the scale of fucking the diarrhea scale. Please.
I feel bad giving that to the homeless. Like, you could do better. Like, hold on. Like,
bro, the homeless would give it back. They'd be like, "What is this? Throw this."
I could last another day.
Right. I could survive out here. It ain't so bad. Yeah, but that's real shit though. Like when you're trying to just do shit that's outside of your core, outside of your nature, you really get exposed. And it shows. It just shows in a big way. And right here, you see Legacy Studios trying to find themselves in some way. Like, Overwatch used to be the shooter at one time, man, and people really enjoyed it. But now look at them looking over the fence at Marvel Rivals, who came out and done their thing and staying in their lane and now are thriving. Like, listen, man, it just shows. The proof is in the pudding. You shouldn't have to lane switch at all once you know 100%. Who you are.
100%. And I want to go back to something that you said, and we can kind of close on this topic here. So you mentioned, Shroud having the ability and the voice, and I also touched on it a little bit, but he has the voice that people will listen to. And you saw that even with the media, like, people started posting and like, Shroud thinks this thinks that. Like, developers will huddle into the group and be like, okay, this is what Shroud said. Like, should we take it into consideration? We've seen that time and time again when it comes to esports and content creator input on games.
Yes. Sure.
I don't know if Arc Raiders is ever going to have an esport. I don't think it's that kind of game that it's needed of an esport, but we are going to see a lot of content creators jump into the space and start playing it. And like we've seen this weekend, everybody's on the bandwagon now. Like, bro, it's been the Celtics. Like I knew it was the Celtics, and I know we got 18 championships, and I've been posting it and telling you guys, and so has ABEL. And now you're like, this game is amazing. I'm like, yes.
Yeah, right. About time you got with us. Like, about time you fuck with your boys. Like, about time.
But we've seen it. We've seen it time and time again with Siege. They really value the esport community input.
Yes.
Esports, if you guys don't know, control a good portion of that lovely game that we play, which is Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege. When an esport creator or a Pengu or anybody doesn't like something, their ear is a lot bigger than to the little guys. They'll definitely listen and they'll take it into consideration, and sometimes the change actually does go through.
Right.
With that said, do you think esport and content creator input is good or bad for gaming?
I think esport input is for the most part bad. In some instances, positive. But let me just lay out my vision for you guys so you're crystal clear on this. Esports folks are different than you and I. They play the game at another level. And to be honest with you, they are not the broad demographic. We are. We keep the lights on. The casual gamer that comes in day in, day out, that buy the skins, that keep their community together, that tells their boys to, hey, come play. We're the ones that keep the lights on. The esports guys are fanatics of the game that play the game at a higher level than an average person. You don't want to come in your game and sweat your ass off. You leave that to the esports guys. Those are the guys that come in and want to sweat their ass off and play the game like their life depended on it. I don't care to do that. I care to have conversations about our games, enjoy the social aspects of our games, and compete here and there. Of course, I like to compete, but again, at a casual level. I'm not out here to get a championship ring in a video game. Sorry, that never has been my dreams, nor has it ever been my aspiration. So with that being said, I feel like the esports side of things fucks things up in that instance because they want changes that focus on the hardcore gamer of their game, and they are not the huge demographic. Again, you add a piece of entertainment to the entertainment puzzle for us, right? You add a piece, a slither. But if you want to go to what really pays the bills and keeps the light on, you're looking at them. Mm-hmm. We pay the bills and keep the light on. Those folks don't. Is it good entertainment?
They actually get paid.
They actually, you're right. Actually, you actually just get a salary outside of this to keep it going. We don't. We put money into this. So our voice is way more valued than I would say an esports person critiquing or saying, oh, this needs to change or that needs to change. Yeah, for the esports side of things, you could do whatever you want, but never get this fucking twisted. We keep the lights on, okay? Period. We pay the bills. The casual gamer, the person that's not the esport aficionado and shit like that, we keep shit going. Just know that and understand that and never get that confused.
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. Do I want a casual experience in all my games? No. I want a good balance of both.
No. Yes,
and I think Siege offers that. I think the Siege has changed a lot. We've seen a lot of changes in the dynamic of Siege, and that's just because of esports. Esports and content creation, but mainly esports.
Mainly esports.
Mainly esports. They just make a lot of these different changes, and we don't always benefit from it on the back end. And you are right. We are the ones that keep the light on. Like, if I stop playing, look, you saw that? It went off. Because that's what's going to happen. Like, that's what happens. But it's true. Like, I purchase the esports skins to support my favorite esports.
Yeah. Same.
Buy the battle pass. Now, do they do that too? Yeah, sure. But they're getting paid a salary for playing the game. So I think that there definitely is a side to this that I think the issue is that there's a lot of emotions involved. And when there's emotions involved in where they make their claims and things like that, it screws with gaming.
Yeah.
Something happens in the game, something happens during a LAN event, and they get emotional and they're like, this isn't right. Blitz should not be this way. And then you start to see the changes. Blitz starts to change. Blackbeard is so blah, blah, blah. Change him. Like, you start to see all these different changes happen, and it's based on emotion and not on actual, like, data-backed things for the game. Like, there's a lot of changes that have happened, and now I know in the comment section, name them. I don't know. All right, it's been 10 years.
I don't know.
It's been 10 years. There's a lot of damn changes.
No, that's real shit. That's real shit. A lot of changes.
I just, off the top of my head right now, if there's a timer next to me and the dude from Tarkov is still has the laser on me, I'm probably dead. I can't think of one right now. But I know there's been a lot of changes to Siege. And that's not the only game.
Right.
But when it comes to esports, I think it's just a lot. But I also think content creators also do it. And we jump the gun too early. So we don't give games the time of day that we need to. You know, like, we'll hop in and we'll play for 2 hours, or we'll play for a little bit of time. And I think a little bit of time is 2 hours. I think a little bit of time is 5 hours. I think you really need to dive into a game. No distractions. Dive, play with your boys, and play solo. Get both. And really dive in before starting to really tear apart a game and treat it like crap and say these negative things. Did I do that with Marathon? Yeah, because they deserve it. But
yeah, you have eyes. Come on.
Yeah, I have eyes.
Let's not do that.
Thing, right?
Let's not. And I agree with you to that point too. But also, I don't need to step out in the rain to know that water's wet. Like you understand, there's some things where it's like, don't insult my intelligence here. Don't worry, we're not going to do that. You're not going to waste my time neither. I'm not going to sit here and play your game and I know it's shit. Like it's like, bro. And again, you have to pay attention to the caliber of person that you've been watching over a course of time. If you watch the person is it Abel talking or is it Kanye? You understand? Like you weigh people differently. You weigh them out differently. You just can't trust Joe Smo off the street that has no rapport with games and that hasn't been correct in the past or ever put his nuts on the line to even be judgmental. Now me, I have a track record. You could go back in videos and see, what did Abel say here? What did Abel say? And you'll see, oh shit, this black man's been pretty consistent with everything he's been saying. Good, bad, or indifferent. This man sticks to what he believes in. And if there's something that changes, he switches it. Now, again, Mocha's right. I would encourage gamers to hop in and play these games extensively to the point that you have some wealth of knowledge or something to come back and say, hey, I have this rapport with the game and this is how I feel. Now, that's not needed in every instance, in my opinion, because sometimes you just know. You just know. You're like, you're going to go, you touch that stove, you're going to get burnt. You just know. You just know. So, but there are instances where some people need to be vetted and things like that.
I only say that because there's been times that we've both been there, but I've been widely off on a game. You know, like
it happens. It happens.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it does happen.
I've played it and I've hyped it up too early.
Yes,
and then you keep playing
that has happened.
And you're like,
yes, that has happened. Yes,
it's kind of bare bones. There's not really a lot to do here, or
that's true.
Maybe
that's
there's a lot of mechanics. So I've been on both sides. I've hyped the game up too early, only having 2 hours in. I'm like, yo, that was fun. That's great. I'll play it again. And then there's been other games that I've put 6-7 hours in, and off the first base, I was like, I'm not really feeling it. And then I keep playing it. I'm like, hold on, I kind of like what they're doing here. Like, is it reinventing the wheel? Is it all these different things? No, but it's a fun experience.
Right.
So there's like two sides to the coin there, but I do think we definitely have to just be a little more, and not really the content creators. Talk your shit if you're a content creator. You're not getting paid. Say what's on your mind.
Say what's on your mind. Be as honest as you can.
Say what's in your heart. If you like it, you like it.
Yep.
If it's trash, call it trash. But don't let the money change you.
Yeah. Please.
Just shut up and play the game.
Yeah, esports guys. Yeah, like, I don't want to hear from you.
That's like LeBron asking, "Yo, can we take 4 steps instead of 2 and it not be a travel?" Like, no, it's been that way for years. Shut up.
Right.
I don't need LeBron telling anything of the NBA on how to change rules. The NBA is solidified. It's worked for years, and that's the way it is. Listen, gaming's going to be the same way. You decided to be an esport creator. You decided to jump into that game. You decided to be one of the faces of whether it's Siege, Valorant, League of Legends, whatever it is. Just play.
Yeah.
Deal with it.
Yeah.
The way it is, it's the way it is.
Exactly.
That's where you're at.
Stay in the confines of the rules. Stay in the confines of what the game is. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So deal with the consequences of it. And sometimes it's not always going to be fair. That's life.
Right. That's how come you develop playbooks and different things, strategy around certain things. And that is what it is. Well said, though, Moke. I like that. If you can't stand the heat, get out the fucking kitchen. Why are you approaching the bench? It just is what it is. Well said. Right. But yeah, guys, we're going to wrap up here. Let us know what you think of Arc Raiders down in the comment section below. Also, guys, be sure to check our links out, our social links. We're on X, Spotify, and YouTube. Also, check me and Mocha out on Twitter as well. X, whatever you call it, we're on there as well. Check out our links down in the description below. Give us a follow, show us some love, and tell us what you guys think of these episodes. And guys, remember, we drop this podcast at 11 a.m. every Monday morning. All right. Now, if we don't drop on a certain day, it's because we're on vacation or whatever. But for the 90% of the time, 95% of the time, we're there for you. So, thank you guys for your continued support. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode, and hopefully you've been enjoying Arc Raiders. You guys have a great day. Mocha, bid the people farewell, my man.
Yo, later, people. Yo, he caught on. He caught on to the 11-11. I don't know if you guys peeped it when he did it. Shout us out on X. Where's my holy water? God, but listen. Say something wild to me on X because I like debating and I'm hungry for drama. So, do it.
All right, there it is. We're going to get at you in them comment sections. We love you guys. Be safe, and we'll catch you next time. Peace, guys. Take it easy.
You're getting old.
Screw you.
Jesus.
Peace, guys. Take it easy.